Hello and welcome to TorahExchange.com. My name is Sauly Betesh and I'm here to give you a brief Devar Torah from Parashat Bemidbar. First of all, I'd like to thank Esther Leventer-Betesh for putting together this program and for creating a platform that allows so many to share small Devar Torah like this one. So in Parashat Bemidbar, we see Moshe is commanded to count Bnei Israel. And just as we are approaching the counting of Shevet Levi, God describes to Moshe that he has chosen the Leviim instead of the firstborns of Israel. Kahat Halviim tahat kol bechor b'nei Israel. Take the Leviim instead of the firstborns of Israel. And the Torah does not give us an explanation for this. However, Rashi tells us that it is due to what transpired at Hait HaAgel, the sin of the golden calf. Just as Bnei Israel finished hearing the Ten Commandments, they believed Moshe was late in coming down from Har Sinai, and they created a representation of God in the form of a golden calf. Moshe comes down the mountain and sees this, and declares that anyone who should still have allegiance towards God should approach Moshe and join him in smiting down all of those who have sinned. And sure enough, Shevet Levi joins him and stands by Moshe. Later in the Torah, we see, in Parashat V'zot HaBeracha, we see Moshe describes the unique characteristics of Shevet Levi and their merits. Now, right after it describes Levi being the bearers of the Urim and the Tumim, being the Kohanim and the ones who serve God in the Bet Mikdash, it says, "Ha'omer le'aviv u'lemmo lo re'itiv, ve'et echav lo hikir, ve'et banav lo yada, ki shamiru imratecha, uvritecha yinsoru." Shevet Levi is described as disregarding family ties when the time is needed, when it is needed. When, in the cases where the word of God needs to be upheld, and the covenant between God and Israel needs to be upheld, Shevet Levi is there and you can count on them. And I think that this pasuk is referring to the time at Hait HaAgel when they were joining Moshe in punishing those who have sinned. It may have been their family members. And presumably the Bechorot were involved in the sin because they are part of the rest of Bnei Israel, and the Leviim were not. And that is the reason why Leviim were chosen to serve God in the future. Now, I think this says something about the description of those who are meant to serve God in the Bet Mikdash. Let's look at the Bechorot, for example. The Bechorot, the firstborns, the reason why they were chosen to serve God is because they happen to be the counterparts of the firstborns of Egypt who were punished. The firstborns of Egypt were punished, the ones of Israel were saved, and therefore the firstborns of Israel owed God, and that is why they had to serve him afterwards. However, by Shevet Levi, they merited their position based on their actions. They merited their position based on their allegiance towards God. And I think this says something about seats of power in the spiritual realm in general. Those who are just granted to you based on being in the right place in the right time are destined to be cut short. However, those that are merited and that are in the cases where allegiance is demonstrated and that a person is willing to act and they are good leaders, so to speak, that is a position that is likely to last a very long time. I'd like to thank Rav Chaim Sabato, who is Rosh Yeshiva of Ma'ale Adumim, who wrote some of these ideas in his Parashat book, Ahavat Torah. Thank you.